All right, chat. So this is how it's going to work. Big thank you to Fluump for being here and doing this interview with us. I am so excited to have him here. We are going to be, I'm going to be asking him some questions about everything Rocket League and just about his YouTube career and everything. I'm not going to be reading chat that much during this, but at the end, I am going to open it up for questions from the community for you guys. So if keep an ear out, and if your question that you have does not get answered, please put that in the end, and we'll try to get that answered for you. All right, guys, let's me and Fluump are going to jump into a casual game here, and you can see our gameplay on the right. All right, so while we're loading up the game, I guess we can just start in on these questions.
All right.
All right, so I know some people have already heard the story already, but for the people that don't know, where did the name Fluump originate from?
Dang it, I knew this was going to be on here. I don't know how to say it in like a short, like, it's basically just an inside joke between me and my wife.
Okay.
And when I started my channel, I thought that like it was good to have your name be completely original, like Jazer, right?
Right.
And so some of the other names I looked at, like there was already YouTubers, so I went with this dumb inside joke between me and my wife. And I don't even know how to describe it, but a Fluump, I used to just mess with her when we were going to bed, which also sounds very weird, but when we were going to bed, I used to just like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I would just like shove my hand like under the covers and annoy the crap out of her, like right by her. I'm gonna score this quick.
No worries.
And so I just added this like sound effect to it, basically. That's it. I pretended like I was like tucking her in. It's just one of these like you do dumb weird things when you get married. When you live with someone and you spend all your time with them, just like weird. You just start doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's just part of it. So yeah, that's where it came from. And she was like, "Are you seriously gonna name yourself that?" And I was like, "Yeah."
And it stuck.
Yeah. And honestly, it doesn't matter like what your name is. People go to start YouTube channels and like take forever figuring out what their name's gonna be.
Right.
It's like it doesn't even matter. Oh, I stink.
No worries. Okay, next question. What got you into Rocket League in the first place, and had you been a gamer before this game totally consumed your life?
Yeah, so I got into Rocket League in 2016. The first time I ever played it was over Christmas break with my brother-in-law. He like showed it to us, and I was terrible at it. I kept getting like turned around like everyone does when they first start playing.
Yeah.
I was like, it's car cam or ball cam. I couldn't figure it out. It was so unique and so weird to me. And so that was the first time I played it. Then I didn't play it for like 2-3 months. And then one of my friends, we were playing Call of Duty, but like I sucked at Call of Duty. And so I was like, we should get a game.
Was there a game that you were like really good at?
No, I've like never been a gamer, and I've never been good at a video game. Ever.
And then you happened upon Rocket League.
So yeah, we were looking for a game, and I was like, dude, Rocket League is free, I'm pretty sure. And we both just got like totally hooked on it. Split screen doubles all the way. That was like our life. And for forever.
Yeah.
And those are, in my opinion, the best times of like my Rocket League career. I mean, not career, but like of gameplay. Like I was just so addicted to Rocket League at that time. So that's how I got started on it, and first video game that like ever really consumed me.
Yeah, that's kind of how it
similar
was for
to you.
Me too. Yeah, I wasn't really a game. I played Call of Duty actually, same as you, and then happened.
But you get like 3 kills, or were you like good?
It depended on the day, but yeah, and then I happened upon Rocket League, and then my video game addiction started.
Yeah, dude.
That's kind of how Rocket League is, though, and then it keeps drawing you back in.
For me, Rocket League like was this thing that wasn't like a shooter. It was different, and I saw these other people who were good at it, and I was like, I want to get good at that, but I felt like I couldn't get good at like shooters, so I chose to get good at Rocket League, even though in reality I could have been good at another game if I put in the time.
Yeah.
So
I'm being a bully.
yeah, you're like really good at Rocket League. What's your rank?
I'm hovering between Diamond 3 and Champ right now.
Okay, nice.
So I wanted to ask you, who was the biggest inspiration for you when you started content creating? Or was there somebody, or did you just kind of forge a new path for yourself?
No, there's a bunch of them. I'm just trying to think who was like the most. I would say Neat Mike was definitely one of them, one of the biggest inspirations for me. There was a YouTuber at the time, like way back in the day, called Kevpert.
Yeah.
He was definitely a big inspiration for me. Yeah, that was a crappy shot. I'm trying to think if there's any like outside of Rocket League, but I would say.
When did Sunless come along? And like because I know you guys are kind of known for your storytelling, I would say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
did you guys kind of come along at the same time, or?
I would have to include Sunless as one of the bigger inspirations, although he was doing such good stuff that like in some ways he felt like he was in another realm. So I don't think he necessarily like inspired me to do it because I couldn't do what he could do.
Right.
But he was this random person who kind of came out of nowhere, and he started like 6 months or 5 months before me, I think, something like that.
So he'd been.
And his Why You Suck at Rocket League was already like kind of a pretty big thing. Yeah, exactly. Like he was big on Reddit and stuff like that. And before I made any content, I feel like there's definitely some non-Rocket League people too who were an inspiration to me. But I can't think of any at the moment.
Okay. But they were out there. You'll shout them out later.
Yeah, if I can think of some, I'll let you know along the way.
Cool. So at what point did you realize, like, I can go full-time with this?
Well, okay, so I'm a little different than a lot of people who start YouTube. The goal from the very beginning was to go full-time.
Gotcha.
And so, I mean, I don't know. I like just being real about stuff. And I started YouTube because I wanted to make a career of it. It wasn't like, I mean, and I realized that to do that, you had to be like creative and make content that people liked and all that stuff. And so I'm not a complete sellout, but there's, when you become a YouTuber, like if you want to be a successful YouTuber, there's this mixture of like selling out a little bit and, you know, trying to really do something awesome for the community. And so it was like a mixture of those things for me. And holy cow, we are slaying these guys.
Poor guys.
This is unfair. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I knew from the beginning that I could be a full-time YouTuber. Like that was always the goal.
Okay.
Definitely
so
seemed a little
start
crazy.
Somewhere else and then like, oh, I'll try this. It was very much like you went in with a goal.
I didn't like just make a lot of people like make a really creative video just to make something.
Yep.
And then they're like, wait, this got 20,000 views? What? That's crazy. You know, that wasn't me, really. I made a bunch of really crappy videos and then got better along the way a little better. So.
Awesome. Let's see. Oh, I know this is a broad question, but can you quickly tell us a little bit about your journey from baby Fluump with no YouTube channel to now being such a big presence in the Rocket League community?
Yeah,
shorten it down.
Yeah. So it started, I always have wanted to be like a content creator in some form. And I hope to do other content than just this, like as my life goes on. Like I've always wanted to write books or like do podcasts. And I could have done a lot of different things, but I obviously found this thing that like I was obsessed with. And I wanted to turn my bad obsession, like with this video game, into something good. And I was like, I can make content for this. Yep. So that was where it started. It started actually, like I actually started making videos right after my son was born, my second child. And
was that tough, like making videos like with having a newborn child?
Yeah, no, it definitely was tough. Okay. I don't know why I started at that time, but I did. I actually
You're like, I'm having a child, but now seems like a good time to start up my Rocket League career.
Yeah, it's very silly. Doesn't make much sense. I actually was I was wanting to like get like higher ranked, and so it started with me waking up in the mornings. I was waking up like an hour and a half before work, before my like regular job, to like actually grind Rocket League and like do training and stuff. And
Wow.
I guess like a week into that, this is right after my son's born. I'm waking up at like 5 in the morning to play Rocket League. It's so stupid. Because I wanted to
That's like serious
not play at night.
dedication.
I like didn't want to play at night anymore. That was the main thing. I wanted to hang out with
Gotcha.
my wife at night, and I was like, I still love this, and I really want to get better, so I'm gonna do it in the mornings. And then like a week after that, I was like, I need to like, if I'm gonna like change my life and make it what I actually want it to be, then I gotta stop playing Rocket League all the time and start doing something. And that's when I started like learning how to edit and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Very cool.
And then I guess, yeah, it's just, I mean, in a nutshell, from 0 subs, putting out crappy content, it's just been just learning and putting, and I'm still learning, but it's
Of
just been
course.
learning,
It's always,
putting out.
and like, you know, the scene is changing every single day, and the, you know, formulas for YouTube are changing every day, and people's content is improving every day. So it's like a constant.
Dude, it hurts me, honestly. It sucks. Like, it's so much work because I feel like I'm always
Why can't
like
you just all
going
stay
up
the
and
same?
down. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Why
I feel
can't
like
we all
it's
progress
so
at the
up and down.
same time? Yeah.
So it's, yeah. But I mean, if you've like watched my videos, you can, a lot of people who watch my videos kind of know the trajectory or whatever, you know, like of the kinds of content I've made. But one thing I will say that I feel like I am a little bit unique in, and I get kind of crap for this sometimes because people think some of my videos are lazy, and some of them are definitely lazier than others. But I feel like I'm one of the few like Rocket League YouTubers who will make any kind of video. Like, I will make a gameplay video, I'll make a super edited video where I'm like talking about something, or I'll make a video where I don't talk at all.
Right.
And I'm putting together clips and trying to make it like funny and stuff like that. And I basically just make what I want to make. Like, if I'm not feeling it, then I don't make it.
anything. That's a good rule though.
It's kind of to my demise.
I
a
feel
little
like
bit
when you're first starting to grind though, like it's almost important just to put something out there.
Yeah, it's totally true. You just have to put content out.
Yeah, that's true. People need to see content. Let's see. Okay, we have a question from Chicken Cop on Twitter.
Okay.
And that is, what caused you to stray away from the tutorials and move towards top 10s and other type of videos? He remembers how much your super basic tutorials helped him when he was silver and boosting to plat.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Was there a specific reason, or did it just kind of trend that way? And
Yeah, it's kind of trended that way. I actually want to make like more tutorials, but it's just kind of the way the content has gone. I mean, there's not a lot of who's making tutorials anymore, like consistently. No one is really. It feels like.
Yeah,
you know, like Musty will
I feel
put
like
out a video.
Verge is actually starting to put out his like like the little, and also Donut King, actually one of my, you know Donut King. What am I saying?
Yep.
But he's starting to put out like really little tutorials about little stuff. So
I was just mindlessly taking your boost there for literally
it's
no
okay.
reason.
I'm just like mindlessly ball chasing. So
Yeah, Verge, and yeah, I haven't watched any of Donut King's like recent stuff, but 100% Verge is sort of like filling that gap.
yeah.
And not a lot of other people are doing it. But yeah, I mean, I think that, I don't know, I think in some ways I got tired of him, kind of like ran out of things to say a little bit.
Gotcha. So it's just time to move on.
Yeah, but now that I've had a break and like really gotten better at the game, I definitely want to put out more stuff like that.
Cool. So we might. Oh, what a shot!
Nice pass,
I feel
man.
bad for these kids. I mean, they're leaving so fast, but you'd think they'd want to play against Fluump.
They probably don't know, like think it's me because of my like thing,
Your
or they
AI.
don't. Yeah, or they don't know who I am.
You'd think from your accuracy of shots, they would be like, wait, maybe.
There's only one person in the community who could hit a shot like that. I'm
We
just
both
flying
got
with you
this?
because it's
No,
fun.
it's good. I'm there for moral support.
It was
okay.
definitely your ball.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So Dreads from Twitter is wondering if you have a favorite video that you have made out of all of them. If you can point
that's
to
a
one
really good
specifically.
My favorite video I've ever made. Like, I'm trying to think, what's the video I go back to and I'm like, yes, that is so good. So my video about Devo, it's like pretty old, has a amazing intro, and the video, I don't know that the video is necessarily like the greatest thing ever, but the intro pumps me up even now, and it's like 2 years old or something like that.
Okay.
That video is one of my favorites, and also the like how to play like Cloud9 video that also has an intro with like Squishy and Gimmick like hitting it, and it's like, I don't know, it's just I just like intros basically.
So it's the video with the best intro, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Perfect.
I don't know. I feel like, what are some of my recent
Goodness,
videos
I was
that I
going
really
too
like?
fast.
I made a video on like the lore of Rocket League. That's like one of my favorites. I think it doesn't have a ton of views, and I thought it was gonna get a ton of views. But,
I feel like that's somehow time you put in so much work for a video and you think it's so good, and then you put it out and it gets like nothing, and you're like, what
Dude.
did I do wrong?
It's been happening. It's been happening lately, and it like puts me in a bad mood. It's really bad, actually.
That was the worst
It's
shot I've ever made.
no, that was the best shot I've ever seen.
Look how terribly I hit this.
That was kind of impressive. Yeah, you're right. The last shot was pretty
It was the
good.
last hit. Yeah, it was panic mode.
I'm gonna fake it, and you're gonna hit it to me. All right?
Sounds good. It's gonna be a.
Oh, look at
replay.
you. You're already saying I got it. You were saying I got it before me. I'm gonna own goal this. Reset it? No.
He read me like a book.
He did. Yeah, I don't know if I can think of any like off the top of
That
my
was a
head.
good answer, though.
Other than that.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to go back and watch those if I haven't. In what ways do you see that Rocket League could improve, and is there one specifically that you would want to input?
So I feel like, I mean, couple things.
Obviously, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's definitely things that they can improve on. They've always been kind of tied down a little bit by not being just like a massive company. So
Yeah.
I think things are going to change definitely. I've always said Rocket League should be free to play. So that's one of the things I think should happen at some point, or at least I'd be a fan of that. But that would come with its own challenges, honestly. That would like make a bunch more challenges. I think.
Oh, I don't know
So
what
I
that
saw
was.
something. That was the best shot ever, too. I saw something a while back where they said something about them wanting to be like CS:GO, like one of those games that just is like has a ton of longevity. And I think one of the biggest things that they need to do is update like custom training, make it like better. Oh, I whiffed.
That's
kind
so
of.
true. Somebody was even saying today, I saw somebody saying that like a dolly cam in game when you're seeing your replays would be like amazing.
Yeah, dude. There's so many things they could do with custom
opportunities.
training.
Yeah.
They could like I mean, just the fact that like you can't rearrange your like the shots or skip shots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is like so insane to me. It's just like it seems like such an easy update. But the reason I mentioned CS:GO is that kind of update isn't flashy or anything. It's like work, but it's not flashy, but it's
Right.
for like the long-time players or the people who just like want that quality of life.
Yes.
And that's like what CS:GO has done so well, I think, is just kept people playing for thousands of hours, and that's how you do it. It's not really crates or like new items that I care about as like a Rocket League player with 5,000 hours or whatever the
Right.
heck I have.
Right.
That's one thing. I don't know.
There's a long list that we could go into, but
Yeah.
no, that's a good point. Let's see. Was there a certain moment in your YouTube career or one specific video that you can point to that was the turning point for you, where you suddenly, because you mentioned, this was your goal. Here, I'm gonna go main menu. You mentioned like this was your goal, like going into this, like you knew this is what you wanted. Was there one point? Was there one video or one, a point specifically that was like, okay, like I finally reached my goal?
Yeah, so a couple big moments. I was getting like 40, 30 views on my videos, like putting all this work into them and editing them, and they were getting like 40 views. That's just the way it is, YouTube. And then I put out a video about Cronovi, and just because it was creative and said Cronovi in it, like it got like 400 views in a couple days, and then it had 1,000 views. It's like my first video to hit 1,000 views. That was when I was like, all right, 100,000 is like coming.
Yep.
It might be 1,000 right now, but like I'm gonna get 100,000 views. And so that was a big moment for me, like to like keep me wanting to make content. You know what I mean? Because I was kind of depressed at that point.
No, for sure.
So that was one. And then I think another big moment was I put out a video down the road about Cookseer, and I remember I hit like 2,000 views in 1 hour, and I was like, holy cow, 2,000 views in an hour or whatever. This is insane. But then, I mean, after that, it was just like grinding to keep getting my daily views up so I can make enough money to like, you know, pay for everything I need to pay for. And that happened basically exactly a year after I started making content.
Okay.
So it took like 1 year, and then
so it's just time.
Pretty much, yeah, time, and just like quality time, like time where you are learning, you know what I mean?
Because I feel like even if your videos aren't getting like a ton of views, maybe. Oh, did Discord go down? No, you're still there. Okay.
Nope, I'm still here. Yeah.
Even if you're not getting like a ton of views on videos and stuff, like that experience that you get from, you know, figuring out new skills for editing and stuff, like that all pays off, because like once you start getting recognition, you know, you have all those skills under your belt.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, even if it didn't work out, it would have been like such a good thing, and I would have probably like tried to start something else.
Yep.
You know, but yeah, I mean, no, you're good. I'm literally just like not doing anything
zoned out.
Useful. Nice. Oh, dang! I thought you had it.
No. Don't trust me. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Okay, any quick tips for the smaller Rocket League content creators? I know we kind of covered a few tips in that last question, but any others really quick for the smaller YouTube that are kind of on the same journey that you were at?
Yeah. Oh man, I'm trying to think what my best piece of advice is. I would say one thing that I did, or like committed to, that really helped me is I tried to learn something new every time I put out content. So in the case of videos, it was like I was always trying to learn some new editing skill or whatever, even though I'm still not very good at editing, and I've kind of gotten away from this, but like that was one of the things I did early on, especially, was like, okay, I don't know how to do this transition, so like I'm gonna learn it for this video. In my next video, I would like learn something different.
That's perfect.
And for streamers, it's the same concept. It's like, okay, so you streamed, and you know what could you learn from that stream that you can like better the next time you stream, and not really just viewed as like, there's so many people who try to stream and they just stream for like 10 hours a day and they don't they're not really doing anything. They're just kind of sitting there, you know. And I don't know, just don't think that's like the way to grow,
right?
Personally,
because you want to
gotta do
it's you want quality.
Yeah, exactly. No, quality is everything. And sometimes it takes a while to see the benefits of like, or reap the benefits of putting out quality content. But it's all about doing something different, like while at the same time doing what works. So like you can copy people definitely and do what is trending or whatever. But when you look at people like streamers, it's the people who are doing something different and unique that like makes them stand out. And the biggest example is like Dr. Disrespect. This like, just when he came along and started like streaming, it was like just this totally weird, different thing that nobody had done, and that's why he was like so successful. You know.
Oops. Okay, I'm gonna let you have that. Nope. Okay. No, I'll go.
Oh, you're good. I'm literally ball chasing because that's what I'm good at.
That's okay.
If I have to be like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Chat, just to update you guys, we are about halfway through the interview right now, and then at the end I'm going to open it up for community questions. So if you guys do have any questions that don't get answered by the end of this, you will have a chance to ask them at the end.
Nice. As he scores.
Did you have something you were saying? Sorry, before we went on to the next question.
I don't remember. I was probably just like repeating myself. So.
Okay, I did have a quick question about sponsorships. So, at what point would you suggest someone start looking for sponsorships? I see a lot of people that, they're, smaller or something, but they do have like, a code for something, for people to, use their code for that place or something. But like, is there a certain point where you would really suggest someone start looking for sponsorships?
So I never really like looked them out. A lot of smaller content creators are like, they obviously want to make more money. So they want to reach out to sponsors, and that's totally understandable. But you kind of like aren't really interesting to sponsors unless you have an audience, which sort of sucks, but it's just the way it is.
No, it's true.
So, I would say, dude, once you start getting some views or some traffic, whether you're a streamer or a YouTuber, like, or whatever you're doing, like, the sponsors there will be too many sponsors for you to even consider, and most of them will be garbage. Honestly, most of it will be garbage.
So your advice with sponsorships would be just wait for them to come to you.
Yeah, definitely. Just wait for them to come to you, and you'll know when it's like a good one. For me, it was GamerLink. GamerLink was like my first great like sponsor.
Yeah.
And it was just, I was getting all these like messages from kind of shady websites and stuff. But then GamerLink, it was like this real person. And yeah, they actually watched my channel. Nice. Did you just fake them?
I mean, I missed.
No, you faked them.
I faked them.
That was impressive, man. So yeah, I mean, the good ones will come along, and when it does come to like actual contracts and all that stuff with them, it's really worth it to have somebody maybe more, depending on who you are, but more qualified to like look over that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my primary advice.
Cool. Lex from Instagram is curious if you have a favorite mechanic.
I would say the just like the flip reset is my favorite mechanic. I feel like, no other mechanic in any other video game compares to the flip reset. Like hitting a flip reset is the most unique thing I've ever seen. It's so weird, and like, or like the double flip reset is the hardest thing to like hit a flip reset, stall under the ball, get another flip reset, and then hit it.
Yeah.
And then obviously some people can do that like 15 times.
We're not going to name names.
We're not going to name names, but
but somebody out there.
Somebody who is like the only person doing it. But it's just, it's so crazy. Yeah. It's so crazy. I've never spent more time on a mechanic. Like if I'm in free play, that's what I'm doing. I'm like hitting flip resets over and over and over again. But
let's see when okay, my next wait, let me let this game finish really quick. I'm very focused. Okay.
I was like hitting it back at our goal.
Okay, when Alex emailed you with the business idea for Gamers Ready, what stood out to you that made you think I need to be a part of that? And also, two-part question, was there anything currently available at the time for people along those lines as far as coaching goes?
Yeah. So what stood out to me was Alex's British accent. That's what stood out to me, honestly. No,
you
and
could
seriously.
Tell that through his email.
Yes, 100%, because he sent me a video.
Oh, okay.
That is actually what stood out to me, was because he sent me a video of himself on this platform he had built, showing it to me.
Oh, wow.
And he sent this to some other people, I think, too. I don't know if anybody else responded. But I was like, dang, this is really cool what he was showing me. And actually, at that time, it wasn't a coaching website. It was something completely different. And it ended up morphing into like a coaching website. But it was always going to be something that would like help Rocket League players. You know what I mean? Yeah, whether it be like replay analysis or whatever. So yeah, I mean, it was him more than anything that like got me interested. And I've always wanted to have something outside of like just content.
Absolutely.
So I'd like to have another thing kind of going, and that's you know,
That was
another
like the
reason
perfect
why.
opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. He sent it
Yep.
to me, and I was like, "This is so cool." So I
I'm
just
also like just hearing his story, like such a great. First of all, such a great guy, but then also like such a great idea. Like,
yeah. I mean, and just like super well executed.
yeah.
You know, and that's all him. Like he
So
has
was
done
there
all
was
of
there
it.
anything else at the time like along those
Yeah.
lines?
So I mean, I don't know where it was at the time, but Bad Panda was like the main kind of Rocket League source place for like coaching and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Besides some other websites that are like more general, not like specific to Rocket League, but just gaming in general, that do like coaching, you know, one-on-one coaching.
Like Fiverr
And-
maybe was out there too.
Yeah, like Fiverr, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, yeah, Gamers Ready.
How did
isn't
you
necess-
see? How did you see an opportunity to like stand out then against those other coaching websites and stuff?
I mean, I think the biggest thing we wanted to do was create a platform that like really focused on coaching. It wasn't just like a kind of like eBay of coaching, you know, just like a place you hire somebody, but a place where you really are getting something legit.
Yeah.
And you're joining like a community that really cares about this stuff, like cares about improving. And I think that's the thing we've done better than those other platforms. And I mean, Gamers Ready, like we both want Gamers Ready to be so much more than just like a coaching platform, you know. So hopefully there's a lot of stuff we can do in the future. Can't like divulge all the things we'd like to do, but
Top secret.
yeah,
But more stuff to look forward to and more stuff coming soon.
heck yeah, definitely.
Awesome. I had a question also about live streaming. Like, I know a lot of the other content creators and stuff have, had a lot of success with live streaming, and I was wondering why you haven't gone down that path more.
Yeah, I mean, so the main reason I haven't done more live streaming, I have done a little bit like on YouTube, but that was more just like for fun
Yep.
and for like my community. That wasn't like I want to build some like live streaming career or anything like that.
Right.
But the main reason is because my second thing besides content is Gamers Ready.
Okay.
I mean, that's like the biggest reason why. And so it's been hard to like find time to live stream.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I would like to live stream more. The other reason is like Twitch is like the place to live stream, and YouTube's just always been my jam. Like I don't use Twitch a ton. I'm like, oh, I'd have to set up all this other stuff. So if I do live stream, like I still think it would probably be on YouTube, just because it's just my community's there.
Yeah.
I don't feel like building like a new community, really.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see though. Like I would
just
like
feel
to
like
start
you
a
have
live
such a
stream.
name though now that like if you started, I don't know. I feel like the community would just come, but I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I think they're yeah,
Home
I think
base
it
is
would
YouTube.
exactly. Yeah, no, you're right though. I think that's true. I mean, that was the case for Sunless. Like he
Yep.
started streaming and has done really well streaming. So
Oh, I'm so bad. Oh my god.
no, man, don't get down on yourself.
Don't get. No, you're not. Okay, and then last question. Oh, as we get scored on. Reading my notes over here and
I
driving
just
into a wall.
rammed you. This was me just like telling you no, don't get the boost there. You went to get the boost and I was like, no.
I tried to read my notes. I wasn't even paying attention where I was going.
It's funny.
Last question. If people wanted to meet you in person, what Rocket League events do you typically try to be at?
I mean, at this point, it's pretty much just RLCS.
Okay. And do you try to be at every one, no matter where it is, or is it really just depending
At this
on location?
point, yeah, no, it's. I mean, I want it to be overseas, so definitely doesn't matter where the location
Okay.
is.
You're like,
Like,
I'm going to be there.
I wanted to go to Paris, but
Yeah.
Newark or whatever was awesome. But I do want to go to Paris at some point. Anyways,
Amazing.
yeah, I mean, regardless of where it's at, like I will probably be at as many RLCSs as I can. But because like I have little kids, it's just so much to like
Yep.
leave my wife with them for like 4 days. You know what I mean? To be going to like DreamHack and all these things, I'd love to because they're so much fun. But it's just a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Flip reset incoming right here. You ready?
All right, guys. I'm just gonna come up and watch. Oh wait, I should have been there to score.
It was a flip reset pass, dude. I told you that. No, I'm just kidding. It was a lame
I
flip
expected
reset.
more from you, Fluump. All right, as the clock winds down here, guys, get your questions ready. We're about to open it up for community questions as soon as this game is over. If you guys have any questions that were not answered yet by Fluump, now is your moment to shine.
One last goal. Nope.
Oh wait, I guess not 14.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize we were tied.
I didn't either. I guess we have to go sweaty tryhard now.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna end it on this. Oh no. No. I tried.
Oh, I don't know where I'm going.
Oh, it's all good. I got your back, man. No worries. He's probably gonna dunk me.
We did it! Oh. I sat there so long watching if that was actually going to go in or not. Fluump, I lost the ability to hit the ball.
Isn't it weird how that happens sometimes?
It's like my brain was shut off and I almost had more.
Oh,
we
you
got
are
it.
a literal god. Nice shot.
All right, chat, let me look down. Zero, good night, man. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping in. Panic Eye, anyone know where the RLCS season is? No, it has not been announced, I don't believe. All right, Fluump, you're an amazing lad. This is coming from Smashed Hannibal. You're an amazing lad, so here's your first question. What is your favorite shot? I think we kind of covered that, but go for it.
Yeah, it's kind of like favorite mechanic and favorite shot. I guess they're like a little different. But I would say, yeah, like mechanic's a little more specific. My favorite shot is the double touch, definitely. Like I wish they worked at like the level I'm at, but they don't really anymore.
Yeah.
But I do love, there's nothing better.
Because
like,
everyone's on the backboard to read everything.
Exactly, yeah. But like, I just spent so much time practicing going up the wall, hitting the ball off the backboard, dunking it in.
Yeah.
And it's still just like my favorite. But
awesome. X on Twitch says, ask him what he thinks about freestyling.
Oh, what do I think about freestyling?
That's a very general question. Like, please.
I'm a fan.
Diverge your thoughts. That's good. I mean, I guess that answers the question.
Yeah,
he's a fan of freestyling.
Yeah, I'm a fan of freestyling, and I think it's actually like one of the best ways to get better is to practice spinning your car around and like controlling it.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm like in a. Hang on. Sorry, I was just in like a bot game. Yeah.
Let's see. Panic Eye, can you add me on Discord? Probably not. Flash Force 4000. I have two questions. What software do you use to edit? And two, will you join my Discord server? I'm gonna let you take that one.
Sure and no. Sorry. Depending on what your Discord server is, unless it's something I'd be really interested in, but probably not. Anyways, editor. I use a free editing software called Devinci Resolve.
Ooh.
One of the few people who doesn't use like Adobe.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to spend money, and now I would be fine with spending a little money, but I've already learned DaVinci, so I don't want to change.
And is that for Microsoft specifically?
It's for I believe it's for anything. Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's for PC, Windows, or Windows, Mac, or Linux, or whatever it is.
Awesome. I'll be sure to get that link from you, or that info from you, so I can put that in description below for people who want to check that out.
DaVinci Resolve is amazing. It's amazing.
Fleo was wondering how awesome was the Manfield charity 10K?
Yeah, that was an experience. Like awesome getting to play against like pros. But hard.
Yeah.
Very hard to play against pros. There's just nothing you can do. There's literally nothing I can do to stop someone like Lethamir. So it was really difficult, but just the tournament and the experience overall was awesome. Playing with Musty was always awesome. We
Cool.
try-hearted like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Great.
That was a great question. Let's see. Fluump, have you really been far even as decided to use even go want to look more like? Wingman, I'm not sure quite what you were asking there. DLG, does Fluump know who I am? I freestyle on a
Yes,
Carball game.
100%. Okay,
Yes.
listen. DLG, listen to this. Are you ready for this? You're a air dribbler, right?
Yes.
You're a boss air dribbler, like one of the best in the world or whatever. And I have tried to figure out how to message you, but you don't have like your Twitter or anything on your YouTube channel. Because I like want to make a video with, I guess, someone who is the best air dribbler in the world.
Oh,
So hit me up on
there we
Twitter.
go.
I think that's who that is, right?
All right,
DLG.
yeah,
is that?
yeah, it is. All right, DLG. So hit him up on Twitter. Ask Fluump, Clave is wondering if you would create an Instagram. We actually were talking about this right before we started this, Claves, and he was actually thinking about getting on Instagram a little more.
I need to.
He needs
I need to.
It's on the list.
Yeah. I don't know when I'll get around to it, but yeah.
Defease, how the hell am I not following? I'm not sure, man. Fluump, how is 4 years of playing Rocket League morphed to your view? This is from Messboy4. How is playing 4 years of Rocket League morphed to your view on gaming and esports as a whole?
I feel like I didn't know anything about esports or gaming before Rocket League, so it's completely informed me, I guess you would say. Like, I didn't know anything about it, and now I do.
I would say that's the same for me. Like, I didn't know how huge esports was until I really started like diving into this game.
Yeah.
I started following like the pros and everything.
I got your Discord, by the way, DLG. He put his Discord in there. So I'll hit you up.
Fantastic. Cool. Okay, we're gonna a few more questions and then we are going to let Fluump go. Let's see. Defease says, for how long do you think you'll keep creating Rocket League content? Hopefully forever, for our sakes.
Yeah, definitely.
Please don't go anywhere.
I'm actually just got one more video left. Is all I got.
Once the video with DLG drops, that's probably it. That's gonna be.
That's gonna end.
For you, I know the community has been harsh on you sometimes. How has it affected your mental state as far as a content creator?
I actually just read that one.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's actually an awesome question. I feel like I'm pretty thick-skinned for the most part, so like 95% of the crap I've gotten since I started my channel, especially in the last like 6 months, because once you really like grow, that's when you really start getting crap.
For sure.
Most of it has been totally fine. And actually, sometimes like the crap I've gotten has been right. Like people will say like, I'll put out a video, it won't do well. I'll get comments like, this just feels like you've made this video, or like this feels like the same crap you've made already, or you're saying the same things, and I'll be like, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Damn it. And then I'll try to make my content better. And so it's affected. That still sucks when that happens, but that's been good for the most part.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of crap, or at least it was like good drama or whatever, for the like, I made a video called Squishy Muffins being Squishy Muffins for 10 minutes straight.
Yes.
And that video, that actually did affect me because I felt like that was unjustified. Because that was one of those videos that I got done with and I was like, this is awesome. I love it. It's hilarious. It's exactly what I wanted to make. And then I put it out and it got a ton of views, but everyone was like giving me crap on like Twitter and stuff.
Oh.
And so, what was I going to say about that?
That one did affect you.
Yeah, that one hurt a little bit because I was like, oh, this sucks. Like, I feel like I'm getting crap for no reason, or from a bunch of people who just saw the title and like didn't watch the video. They don't know that it took like hours to edit and do all this stupid stuff. And they were calling me like those channels that just put out like, Twitch clips or whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, this is a random little side note. I did steal that idea from a bunch of people have done it, but I watch like UFC fights, and there's this YouTuber called UFC Shitstar, and he makes a bunch of videos that are just like so and so being so and so for 8 minutes straight, or so and so being so and so for 16 minutes straight, and they're actually hilarious, like super well edited, and he does some funny things. So I was like, screw it, I'm doing that for Rocket League. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do more of them. Like I've got some like people I want to do that for again, and if people don't like it, that's fine. But more than anything,
you'll still get the views.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll still watch them.
Yeah. So it's affected me though, definitely. But most of it's been good.
I'm sure, because like social media, like people hide behind a screen and they can say whatever they want, you know, very confidently. And especially when it's something you believe in and put a lot of work into, that can definitely, you know, affect you. Or
I think it would
affect anybody.
It does, and you can't like help but have it affect you. Even people are like, "Oh, I don't give a shit." No, you do, like to some level. I am thankful that I'm not like 17 and running this, or like, and you know, running a YouTube channel and whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I could have handled it then.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. All right, just a few handful of things right before we go. Glitches says, "Hi Fluump, I love you so much, man. Been with your channel for ages and can't express how much I enjoy your videos." Also, Rex from Instagram wanted me to tell you, I won't be up at 4 a.m. my time because he's in Europe. Tell Fluump from me this: I've been watching you for over years now. It's amazing to see you grow and that you are amazing.
Thank you.
And I just know, like, before we go, just like from me, like personally, I know you've been like a huge influence on a lot of people, and your content has just been a huge inspiration to people. And so I just thank you for, you know, putting the time and work in to it, and just being such an amazing part of this community. So
thanks, dude.
And also thanks so much for doing this interview. It really means a lot.
Yeah,
and
this was
sure
super
everyone
fun.
In my community and anybody else who joined in here, I'm sure is very thankful as well. So
yeah,
but we won't keep you any longer.
Thanks
Everyone,
for having me.
Thanks so much to Fluump for coming by for the interview. So we hope you have an amazing night, and we look forward to all the amazing new content coming out soon.
Sweet. See you guys.
Peace.